Of course, nobody saw it, so should have been a penalty.
That Kulak non-call in the first period, quietly one of the biggest moments of Game 3.
Yeah, that's straight out. That didn't hit a skate.
So it goes from no call to a Bouchard goal 10 seconds later, and then another one.
Here's a 3-on-1. McDavid has it back and scores. McDavid from Nugent Hopkins.
2 goals in 36 seconds. What could have been a power play and maybe a 1-0 lead, or at least some sort of momentum swing for Dallas, turns into a 2-0 hole heading into the second period. And falling behind early has been a reoccurring nightmare for the Stars in these playoffs. In 13 of their 16 games, they've given up the first goal. But give them credit, because they came back in the second, dominated the Oilers throughout the entire period, outshot them 21-7, and got a goal from Jason Robertson, picking up his first of the postseason. But there was one problem. They ran into Stuart Skinner again.
Yeah, I think Skinner was difference maker tonight. I think he was really good. He made key saves even when it was 3-1. Segi had a great day in the slot. He makes a save, and 10 seconds later it's 4-1. So he was the MVP of the match.
He stopped 20 shots that period. When his team got caved in, he held the line. And just when Dallas thought they clawed back into the game, Q97.
Final 20 seconds of the period. McDavid scores!
I mean, obviously the third goal's a kind of backbreaker at the end of the second period.
I thought we were fortunate to be up, after 40, but I thought Stu did a great job. We played really solid in front of him in game 2 and not so solid tonight, and gave us a chance to get our legs into it and give us a chance to win.
Skinner's been great. There is no doubting that whatsoever. And since returning in Game 3 of Round 2 against Vegas, his numbers have been ridiculous. Just look at this. 4-2 record, 1.64 goals against, 936 save. But in those 4 wins, he's 4-4 now, 0.24 goals against, 991 save, and 3 shutouts.
Yeah, I'm proud of myself for sure. I'm proud of myself, for going through everything that I've had to go through personally. It takes a lot of courage.
Quick reminder, if you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, what are you waiting for? If you've gotten this far, you probably liked the video, right? So hit that like button, hit the subscribe. It helps a ton. And now Edmonton's 2 wins away from making the Cup final for the second time in consecutive years. And for Dallas, Game 4 is basically a must-win. You got to go into the Terradome and steal one from Edmonton here, or else it's curtains.
We don't have to win 3 games in this building. We got to win 1 and win our home games.
I agree with Pete DeBoer there. I understand what he's saying, but their road record's been brutal. 2-5, which is the worst among the remaining teams. It's one of the worst records out of all 16 teams that made the playoffs. But it's not just their losses, right? It's how they're losing those games. They're being blown out. Go back to round 1. They lose 4-0 and 7-4. Second round against Winnipeg, 4-0, and obviously in this round, they lose 6-1. So in those losses, they've been outscored 25-5. It's not good. But if there is a silver lining, because there usually is in everything, a win or a loss, it was that second period. To me, that has to be the blueprint for the Dallas Stars moving forward.
Second period is the staple, how we need to play against this team and finish our chances a little bit more. I think obviously Skinner's making good things, or making good saves, but we gotta make life harder for him.
And it's not like the chances weren't there. They were there. High danger looks, 2019, almost even, but in favor of the Dallas Stars. They just so happen to run into a buzzsaw in net in Stuart Skinner, who happens to have all of the confidence in the world right now. But what the Stars also need, beyond scoring, they need their guy in between the pipes to maybe steal them one, maybe steal them Game 4 so they can go back to Dallas tied up 2-2.
Listen, I think, we wouldn't be sitting here in the conference finals without Jake Ottinger and how he's played. Tonight was one of those games where they were opportunistic, and then once they got the lead, we're pushing to get back in, and there's grade A's the other way. So, one thing I know about Jake Ottinger, for me, is he's one of the best response goalies in the league, and I know he's not going to drag around tonight's game.
18-6 after a loss, 5-1 this postseason. If the Stars want to come back in this series, they're going to need that version of Jake Ottinger. And there's no reason why they can't get that. He's been one of the best goalies in the league. He's been a top playoff goaltender over the past few seasons. That's one of the big reasons why they made the Western Conference Finals in 3 straight years. is the man in net. He has to be at his best. They need depth scoring. Robertson scoring was huge. They need more from Mikko Rantanen. They need more from Wyatt Johnson, Matt Duchene. Hopefully Rope Hintz comes back after that injury from the slash by Darnell Nurse. They need him back. But there's a lot to improve with this Dallas Stars team. And by no means are they out of this series. It's only 2-1. You win game 4, it's 2-2. It's a 50-50 series. But if you lose again, 3-1 against this Oilers team, the way that they're playing, the depth scoring that they're getting, Hyman, Nugent Hopkins, Connor Brown from the defense, the goalies are playing well. And now it looks like McDavid has awoken in a goal scoring sense. He can always play make, but if he's starting to shoot the puck more and it's going in, it could be curtains a lot earlier than the Dallas Stars want it to be.